Hello, this is my presentation of the case analysis for Content Area 3. It is about Nora, who is a newly promoted manager at Rope Show Incorporated. She's now leading a team that includes her former coworker Sam. She's dealing with a lot right away, like hiring new employees while managing a busy department. She also knows she's going to have a new boss soon, and she just has an overall heavy workload. And one of the biggest issues in the case happens after a client meeting where Sam gets upset with her. He feels like she embarrassed him to change something whenever she told him to change something. So now there's like this tension between them, and it's starting to affect their working relationship and the team overall. The strengths and weaknesses of Nora, which she's pretty bad with avoiding conflict. Instead of dealing with issues right away, especially with Sam, she kind of puts them off or tries to smooth things over. She also doesn't seem very confident in herself as a leader yet, which is pretty normal, I think, but it still affects how she handles most situations. And she also takes on too much herself instead of delegating, which just adds to her stress, as we've seen in the case. And overall, she struggles with setting boundaries, which leads to overworking and kind of sets that same expectation for her team. However, she does have some strong qualities that help her in this new role of hers. She's very good with clients, like we see from the email where the client says she's organized and very responsive. So that's a big strength. She's also technically skilled, so she understands that uh, the work with her team is doing. She's clearly a hard worker who's willing to put extra time in. But at the same time, she does. So you could say Nora is a fitting manager, but she does have some weaknesses to work on. So what should Nora do? To improve things, Nora really needs to shift how she approaches this new role. First, she should be more direct and avoid problems doesn't help, obviously. So, addressing issues early would make a big difference. Next, she should stop trying to do everything herself. And as a manager, her job is more about leading and supporting others, not doing all the technical work herself. Next, communication. She needs to be clear about expectations, most importantly, so everyone is on the same page. And finally, she needs to set better boundaries. So you know, she's always available and working extra hours, but it makes it seem like that's expected from everyone else too. So she needs to model this work life balance. And finally, how to deal with the tension between Sam and her. When it comes to Sam, the biggest thing that she needs to actually deal with is to not avoid the issue. She should have a private conversation with them, stay calm, and basically explain why she made the decision she made. At the same time, she needs to be clear that the way he spoke to her wasn't okay and that the respect is expected from Sam. And she also needs to reinforce that she's the manager now that she's responsible for final decisions, especially in front of the clients. Going forward, having more of this open communication will help prevent this kind of situation from happening again. So it will also reinforce her leadership role. And overall, I think she needs to grow into her leadership role by becoming more confident, basically more direct and better at handling the conflict, especially with Sam.